Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode here at Tribal Trades, the daily show coming at you from the great state of Florida. One hell of a drug. And I do want to welcome you to the channel wherever you are tuning in from around the world. Thanks for watching. Today we're going to talk about, is it over for meme coins, and did the Grinch spoil the February rally? We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. We got CPI numbers coming in today shortly. But before we do that, smash the like button. This will help get this channel out to more people and help support the channel, as does all your wonderful comments that you leave. You take the time to write it. I take the time to read it and respond. And for those of you who ask questions in the comment section, I do get back to you as soon as I'm able to. However, if you'd like more immediate engagement, interaction with me, you can find me in the Tribal Trades Discord, one Discord to rule them all. And of course, those signups, however, have closed. However, those of you who sent me an email before the deadline of February the 7th, I did extend it to Monday to get signed up, because some of you were struggling getting accounts set up and getting it connected to the Tribal Trades Discord. Gave a little bit more time, but that deadline is now extended for a couple more days today. So you must get it resolved and sorted today and get through. Otherwise, your spot will go to those on the waiting list. Okay. And many of you have emailed me to get on the waiting list, and some of you are going to get some invitations come Thursday and Friday for those who didn't take up, who were given that invitation. I had reserved a spot for. So if you do want to be on that wait list with an opportunity to get an invitation, you can email me. All you have to do to get on the wait list, in the description, just click the more button. It'll pop open the description, and then just a little bit down, there's an email address there that you can email to get on the wait list there. I'm still in the Stocks with Josh Discord as normal. Nothing has changed there. There are links below in the description as well, as you can get signed up on there. I have my own Crown Traders channel in the Stocks with Josh Discord, where I share education, insights, resources, some of my trade setups, and of course, entertainment, because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for education and entertainment purposes only. Are you not entertained? All right, well, let's jump into the news. And of course, we see here that we got the CPI data coming in, and Seth was saying if it comes in real below 2.9%, that's what's expected. Unless expect a small pullback, unless the CPI comes in real low, below 2.9%. If we get much higher than CPI today, the red path can be expected for Bitcoin, and a retest of 92K of the channel bottom, or my channel bottom's around 90K there. And so all eyes on inflation rate today and how the market is going to react to that. And then we also have, there that the Fed's power we would use quantitative easing only when rates are zero. And this is what really killed the rally yesterday. Yep, he came in and did it again. I don't believe a word of this. The economy would have to be in such a bad way for them to go to zero and then to be quantitative easing. I would watch what they do rather than what they say. And you can see the Fed's balance sheet. I'm actually going to find a link for that and put that in my cheat sheet so you could actually follow the Fed's balance sheet. I think what's encouraging, though, will cause quantitative tightening, where the Fed are sellers into the market, which isn't great for the market. That's pausing soon, and then quantitative easing was going to look to be starting in June, and now he's saying, well, it's not until it's 0%, but I would watch what he does rather than what he says. But again, the guy just can't help himself. Every time he talks, it seems the market takes a tank, and that's what has happened every single time. Somebody just needs to take the microphone away from him and say, hey, we're good. You just do your stuff behind the scenes, and we don't need you talking anymore. Okay, so that's my opinion on it anyway. And then, of course, this is what we saw here. The SEC Crypto Task Force head peer says many of the meme coins that are out there probably do not have a home in the SEC under our current set of regulations. That means that that's not good news for the meme coin markets. That means that some meme coins are likely compliant and okay, but most of them are not. And this is why many weeks ago now, I did a video how I was selling off a lot of the meme coin portfolio. Most of it, in fact, I sold off, and I sold them into the more multi-cycle projects like Ondo and Sui and Solana and Potenza Tau, because those projects, I believe, will last multiple cycles. I do not want to go through a bear market with a whole bunch of meme coins that will likely go to zero. And of course, many of them are going to be targeted by the SEC that you can see. This is a bit of a warning here for the meme coin market now. We haven't had this kind of news come out before that I can recall, but she is being very clear that they do not have a home in the SEC under the current set of regulations, and that's just the way it is. So this is very important to understand, and this is why they're such high risk. Meme coins to me now, if I do get in one, it's just going to be a quick in and out trade. Not long. I don't want to be holding on to them long, and want to try and put some stop losses on those just in case something nasty happens there. So that video that I gave, I share this information to help educate and entertain out there. So hopefully that helped a whole bunch of people. Okay, so let's look at the Bitcoin charts and what we might see coming up. Number one, the big thing is we've lost the 100-day moving average thanks to Powell. So this was when he talked. We were rallying up. I think we would have broken ahead and seen now we're below this. Now, unless we can break back above the middle, this 96,292, which is where the 100-day moving average is, it's going to be tough to get a new all-time high in February. I still do think we can get a new all-time high for Bitcoin in February. We've seen it move very quickly. In the past, we've seen it move up like 8 to 10,000 in just one day. So I think just a little bit of good news is what the market needs. And at the moment, it didn't get it. And we're hoping with the CPI, but however, we could come back down and retest around the bottom of these ranges. But again, you just don't know what he's going to say. And unfortunately, this man can have a big influence on the market. And again, he did it. And again, the market did not react kindly to the news. Okay, so this now brings in play this level here that's 92,800 level. That's a double Fibonacci level. See my Fibonacci video on my cheat sheet if you want to know more what a double Fibonacci stacking. But of course, this also brings in the lower range, and it also starts to bring in this level here, the 200 EMA on the daily, which is $84,000. So this is the next one down. There is a big gap between here and, of course, between 90 and here. Now, if we have a bit of a slow move down, this is going to move up. And by the time we get there, if it continues on the way down, then we're looking at somewhere from the mid 80s to high 80s at the moment. But at some point, I would expect that this does get a test. Just when it gets a test, we'll wait and see. So we really do need a break above that. And even then, we've got the 50-day moving average, and we've got the 20 that is about to cross below the 50 EMA. That's a little bit bearish on the daily, okay, when they cross. We don't want them crossing. Obviously, the 9 has already crossed. We want the 9 above the 20 above the 50, and of course, the 50 is well above that. And of course, the 50 simple moving average is above the 100. We don't want those crossing either. So we do need some kind of a good news or a little bit of a rally here. Otherwise, it's going to be very tough for Bitcoin to make a new all-time high in February. I'm still sticking with the new all-time high in February. However, if we cannot reclaim this 100-day moving average within, I think maybe by the Sunday close, and it's going to be very tough. And I might just change my tune and say, hey, I'm not sure whether or not we're going to see that now. Fed Powell has come in and really put a sinker on the market yesterday, which wasn't great. We do see Bitcoin dominance. The only good news that I can see right now, and I'm not sure it's great news yet, because we really do have to break below the 9 EMA on the daily. We've come back to test it. So far, it's holding a support. We really do need to see this come down a lot further. We do need to see this 9 EMA curl. You can see how far away, how bullish this is, and how far it is away from the 20. We need to see that happen where the 9 drops below the 20 and the 20 drops below the 50 there. And we need to see, this is actually quite bullish. The 50 has gone above the 100, and the 100 is below. I mean, this looks like Bitcoin dominance is in a bull market here. And so we really do need to start to see this kind of break down and drop down below a lot of these levels. But we are well away. We're above all of these major EMAs and MAs on the daily time frame. Okay, let's look at a few other projects that are on the table here. I'm going to look at Ondo. Ondo, for me, the big news that broke, of course, was that Ondo getting their own blockchain, and that they're looking to tokenize real world assets. Bearish for ETH because they still on ETH, but once their new blockchain comes out and they have a date for that, I see a huge rally into that. And of course, they're looking at putting, where you can put your Apple stock on Ondo and earn yield from that, not just the small little dividends that you get from the stock market. You should get those as well, but you will actually earn yield, a percentage on that, and they're tokenizing those real world assets. I think that is very, very bullish. I, for one, am going to want to have my stocks with Ondo Finance to receive whatever yield return that they are giving on that, okay? So right now, again, like all of them, this is what we had. We had huge, beautiful moves to the upside, and then, of course, Fed Powell came out, and we saw so the right now $1.28 is where we have been finding support. In fact, if you'd been buying at $1.28 and selling at $1.40, you've been doing quite well the last few days. And so we do have this little Fibonacci level here, $1.34. It's struggling there. It's kind of right on it, testing it at the moment. We also have the 100-day, the 9 EMA, the 20 and the 50, and the 50 EMA and the 50. It's all just clustered there. So we're either going to see a rejection here, or we're going to bust up. And if we retest this to support this level here, $1.39, we could see some really good upside for Ondo. However, now we are mostly below a lot of these moving averages, and that could mean a comeback all the way to $1.20 or down to the 200 EMA on the daily, which is $1.13. Remember, I've said in the past, these wicks generally get partially or fully filled, and this wick goes pretty deep all the way down there. We'd have to take what a 50% of that could be, and this could present a great buying opportunity for Ondo here. If we look at what even 50% of this wick might be here, I do this just simply by the Fibonacci. Actually, we can go and kind of see. This will give us a little bit of an idea of 50% of that wick. 50% of that wick right now is going to be about $1.08, and if we go to the 618, it'd be about $1.12 there, which is kind of where the 200 EMA on the daily is at the moment. So we're going to get a move one way or the other. We're going to break above this cluster here, retest this as support, and head up and look at trying to get above this $1.49 level. This is a double Fibonacci level through Fibonacci stacking. Or I think if we just really get stuck under here, then we're just going to come down, and this would be my level here. I've got some buy orders down here at $1.15, $1.14. I've got some buy orders down here at $1.09, and of course there at about $1.03. Those would be my three areas. I'll be dollar cost averaging into Ondo. I'm bullish on Ondo. I think it can really be a big blockchain for the future. It does have a capped supply. It doesn't, unlike Ethereum, no capped supply. Solana doesn't have a capped supply. We're adding to the supply, and there's an unlock coming up for that as well. Sui does have a capped supply. Tau has a capped supply as well. And Ondo doesn't have another unlock until January 2026. So that's also another bullish narrative there for Ondo, okay? So there's some charting for Ondo. There's some levels that I've given you. Of course, if we can hold this level, just for quick swing trade scalps, if this level, $1.29 level holds, it might just keep trading in this range here for a little bit. But if we see a drop below this range and it retests $1.29 from below, and it rejects, then then these levels come in here: $1.20, $1.13, $1.14, $1.09, and $1.03, and $1 there come into play. And of course, we are kind of looking to retest this here, and if we do reject here off all those moving averages there as well, if we lose the support, this would be the one though I would keep a real eye on, because this has held the support, but we have been banging away, and it weakens it the more strikes we get against it. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 or 7. So I think one more retest here, it's usually I see around that 7 or 8, it then begins to break down there as well. But we'll keep an eye on that, and I'll be putting fresh technicals and updates in the Discord. So until the next episode, which will be tomorrow, this will be my only video for today, or until I see you in the Discord, happy trading.